genius. I don't know if he can cook things in a microwave.
Clouds look amazing. Also, why did you stop? Because I almost slammed into you.
After a couple beers, I could have sworn on the Bible that Barack Obama was president.
Well, he was at one point.
That's the joke. I mean, he was so drunk that he thought he was gaslighting himself into thinking Obama was president.
Yep. I see your re-entry effects. That looked amazing.
Border. This is in reference to a conversation about the Canadian border, by the way. Borders are imaginary, my gun is not.
He's not wrong. So what are we looking for down here? Alright, so it's gonna be a jewel that starts with a B. D. Oh,
D is nuts.
Yeah, set me up for it. Walked right into it. Walk right into these nuts. So is it out in this green shit or by those lakes?
Okay, this one's several years old. Y'all remember the broccoli haircut every fucking teenager had? Guys, I know how to get rid of the broccoli haircut. Genocide.
Yeah, again, not wrong.
Everyone has great ideas under the influence. You never stick your finger in the meaty bit in your wrist. That was a quote from a paramedic friend of mine. He just doesn't know how to say it in a way that isn't restarted.
Side off to your left there. It pinged up at 5 clicks. It just says unknown.
So, in my area, there was someone who attempted to use a paper bag full of some light accelerants to burn down a stone building Planned Parenthood. And we were making jokes about it. I have a trans friend that hangs out with us. They're transitioning to male. And they were like, no, Michael, you can't burn down the Planned Parenthood. You're depriving me of my right to be one of the boys. I was gonna say, I don't know, man. I didn't ask because it's like, oh cool, you're doing that? Well, I like you as a friend, so I'm not gonna make it weird.
Not a thing. I'm gonna turn to your right side. Yeah, their spawn ping is like a kilometer or less, like 1.5 maybe. So I keep getting things at 5 clicks. That's the big rocks.
On my way in. Had to stop for fuel and store some nice guns I found.
Probably should have done that. I got a lot of shit.
I found 2 of those Karna Valor rifles.
I think I have a ton of those at Checkmate. Oh, there we go. Something popped up.
I don't see a pip to jump to you guys at. No, I mean like in a long fucking distance. I'm at Bloom, but on the far side of the planet from y'all. I'll jump to Obituary and see if I can't come down from there.
Yeah, it's still unknown. I'm struggling to ski in here. Here we go. Aphorite crap. And junk.
What kind of actual homosexual eats lemons? Jeffrey Dahmer's not dead. He's alive in all of our hearts.
And our stomachs.
9/11 was great for ratings.
Yeah, he's not wrong yet again, though.
Yeah. Look, as somebody who lived through 9/11, albeit as a young boy, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I never really understood why adults made us, like, care so much about 9/11 when so many things bigger happened throughout history. Like, all I saw, and, you know, part of it was my perception as a kid. I was, like, in 2nd grade, and, like, all the teachers panicked and turned on the TV, and then I saw these buildings on fire and, like, blowing up, and I'm like, bro, I saw that in an action movie my brother was watching this fucking morning. Why is everyone freaking out? And, you know, as that child, like, I couldn't tell that, like, difference between real and fake, right? And then everyone started crying, we held a candlelight vigil, and then 1 week later, everyone was bitching about airports.
We're going for Dolovine? I don't think it's Dolovine. Okay. I don't know.
Counterpoint.
It's been a while. I just remember Dolovine not being really worth shit.
Counterpoint. When shot in head, IQ drops to 0. We were making jokes about nipple piercings one night.
Dolovine is 150k per SCU. 150 per SCU, but you're not going to get SCU's worth out of it. In fact, Haydenite, as a comparison, Haydenite, 557,000 per SCU. So, yeah. Well, there's new ones that are just in Pyro.
Yo, my entire hull is on fire coming into this planet.
Mining path. Resources. Mines. UEX.
You may not think it's right, but I think it's funny to let little nations go gamer mode on each other. they were playing a game called Stellaris, which has a bunch of little factions and shit. That's what he was referring to. But then he said something about nipple piercings. He's like, yo, your titties taste like pennies.
He's not wrong, though, those things. And add some metallic flavor to it.
There's only so much a fat man can do in a room full of lasers.
Yeah, I still think Haydenite's the king here. No, I'm just looking at pricing.
I found a pip on the ground underneath you, 2 of them, JJ. Well, I have big fat scanners. Let me see what the big fat scanner has to say about it. They did a good job prepping Pyro before people got... I gotta say, these planets are as beautiful as Microtech in their own way. I think so. It's the only actual planet in Stanton. Because one of them's a city planet, looks kind of grody. And the other one looks just gross. And the other one's Bespin. So Microtech is the only one with mountains, snow, water, trees, foliage, fauna, all the works.
Oh, wow. I'm just looking at spawn rates on some of these ores, and the only planet, Pyro 4, is the only one that'll spawn Janelite, which is really expensive. But it's a 1% chance.
And it's a very not great place to do anything. Pyro 4 is extremely hostile.
Yeah.
In terms of players.
It's perfect.
Pyro 4 is in the very bottom of the map, underneath Pyro 5, next to a deer, Fuego, Ignis, Voyeur. Way the hell down there. Yeah, but it's the only place that spawns Janelite at a 1% chance. Yeah, brutal. Alright, so everywhere else... Where the fuck are we, by the way? Bloom? Okay. Bloom is a 2% chance for Hadnite. I believe you're looking for Baradom, which is a 95% chance. Yeah, it's probably Baradom. Advanced. I gotta look it up. I've never seen it.
I'm not seeing shit on this island, JJ.
doesn't give a price. Oh, Baradom.
Oh, geez. JJ, you just went down very, very fast.
That's what she said.
So if you have a full rock of Baradom, it is $207,000. By comparison, Aphorite, $276,000. So that what we've found so far is Dolivine, which is $192,000 for a one rock full.
And you spent 3 hours trying to find the what you want, and you could have mined 2 Dolivine and got the same amount.
Yeah.
It's truth.
Yeah. Olivine is the only D.
Nuts. If you look hard enough, you'll find these nuts already.
Yeah, so frankly, we should be taking Aphorite, Baradom, Dolivine, and that's if you can't find Janelite, Haydenite, and Femeline. You jumped all the way to the other side, so let me target you. Yeah, one box for the Geo of Aphorite, 28,000, 20,000 on Dolivine. Baradom, 21,000. So, yeah. So Dolivine, Baradom, and Aphorite would be a little bit better, but nice. I'm coming in right behind you. You want help with that block, or do you want me to go find some other stuff?
Oh, I'll be around.
Landing complete. Engines offline.
Asgard. Oh, it's right down in there, isn't it? All right, let's. I will for if I'm going to take out the Atlas Geo. Okay, I should be stable. At the moment, probably just 1 or 2 for this patch. Takes a couple per patch. Yeah, they're not in a great position next to that lake, but miners can't be choosers. Yes, I have a jetpack. I can get it. This thing's pretty user friendly. It's actually a lot nicer than the Rock because, you know, driving physics suck. And jetpacks are awesome. That's a lot. Yeah.
What you doing over at Terminus, Jeremy?
I'm not at Terminus.
I'm being lied to by a video game? That's it, Star Citizen's over. We're done.
Lag.
I was thinking of heading back to Stanton to do Hull C cargo hauling to get some money for the SRV.
Probably not a terrible idea. I've heard those missions pay out pretty well.
Yep.
Yeah, just being able to walk with it to position yourself is so much nicer than dealing with the fucking wheeled vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
The only downside is I'll be full here in a second. And you gotta swap out the boxes and do all that. Alright, yep. Like, there. Cargo's full.
Yeah, dang thing's 4 million credits. SRV.
So where's the empty box?
There's Asgard or something floating around here.
My Asgard's on the ground.
That's why I was laughing. Who are you, Terminus? I'm like, I'm in orbit around Bloom. What do you mean a Terminus? In this big ship? Hell no. But I will bring out my Fury when I get over here.
Yeah, but probably. Wasn't much salvage to be had today. Just wasn't a lot laying around. What was there was just crack and run kind of stuff. Oh yeah. That or there's more people realizing the value of the salvage. I was about to say, if you jump on the rock, I can crack these really fast, but you can suck them up pretty efficiently. Plus your containers, yeah, plus your containers significantly bigger. Wow.
Systems activating. Systems. Fracturing mode on. Mining mode on. Extraction mode on.
Let me. Can you can ping in that thing, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay, yeah, because then you can see where the fuck they're ending up. It was about 40 minutes ago we decided to do this. It took us this long to get here, get all the shit together, get here, and find our first deposit. Star Citizen. Yeah.
Oh, come on, baby, don't be shy. Don't close the Spanus on me like that.
Yeah. He wants that SRV. Wants his space tow trucking.
Look, it would have been useful today, so I could have towed my fucking Carrack out of hostile area.
Wow. And the Caterpillar yesterday.
It's just coming up while we're out here. Having one on standby couldn't hurt, you know?
Your high capacity, my good mobility. Now these ones don't explode very big. I'm staying right at the optimal range. Yeah, these aren't very volatile at all. These are 21,000 per Atlas, or 20,000 if I fill one box of those Geos, so that's 20 grand sitting in the Asgard right now. If you filled that rock completely, 207,000. That's a good question. Should be any admin office on a space station, I believe. I'll have to look though. He's so violent. it fits. Oh, he already did. With the rock in there. Yeah, Asgard's got some cargo capacity. It's really nice.
I kind of miss ship racing forever.
My cargo is full again. They're all yours.
Looking. Bunch of cows. Bunch of dead cows.
They were dead when you showed up, he swears.
We're having steak for dinner.
You've never had beef jerky? Wow. That's...
I mean, it tastes pretty good, but you could go to the store and get some.
Is there a reason you've never tried it? Just beef jerky. Never got. All right. I mean, I literally bought a piece on Friday just because I was like, I need a little snack while I wait for my daughter.
My airplane
jerky.
started selling jerky on board sticks. It's bison.
Black peppers, beef jerky sticks.
Yep, I'm just putting a new box in this, and I grabbed that one, and that's what I just loaded. All right, on to the next location. I'm gonna step away for a quick second while you guys get off the ground.
Engines online. Landing. Shield system online.
Got some. Hang on, I got something for you. Baradon. Yep, a whole bunch of it. Yep. Overwatch.
Shield system offline.
Probably obituary right above us. Or is it checkmate or obituary over here? I forget which one. Yeah, that's there. Something else sure nearby. I'm gonna go check it now.
Landing complete.
I can't wait for them to improve the ATC protocol. I swear, every time I call for a landing pad, it's always on the far ass end of the station. If it did, I would hope it would be dummy thick.
Everything's got to be dummy thick with you, I tell you.
He likes stick.
And he cannot lie.
Yeah.
Look at you, you dirty fucking station. I bet you got so many light fighters in there. The improvement. If I'm calling right outside of a hangar, let me use that hangar instead of sending me to the far side of the station. You know, normally in like a fighter, I don't care. But when I'm in a big ass ship, it makes a huge difference in time just to land.
Yeah. That is something. If I'm right outside, I'm specifically trying to get that kind of area. Sometimes you can get it to comply a little bit, but sometimes it just fucks you. Oh, did he find something? Okay. Works for me.
Alright, I got a guy just landed here next to me. Let's see if he tries to kill me or not. Looks like a Asgard maybe? He just came out in a dragonfly. I don't know, he's popped out in the dragonfly. He's just hovering around. But he left his ship open, like I could just steal your ship, dude. Yeah. He ran off toward something else. Yeah, I think we're close to a station. Put his engines on. It's Bowser's. Bowser's private property. Okay. He's right behind the Dragonfly. I'm not going to take his ship or anything. He's trying to test me, see what I'm doing. What's going on, dude?
I think we'll start left to right.
Extraction mode on. Mining mode on.
Yeah, the repositioning is the key part. Like, all right, I'm already on the next one. You'd have had to like drive and shimmy your wheels around and shit. I think it's just because it's quiet. It's routine. Plus, it's pretty. You get to stare at some landscape every now and again. It's a nice little mountain range.
Love the color.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the color's really nice. Good. If we can fill that whole thing up, it'll be $207,000. Plus the 2 crates I got over there in the ship for $40,000.
Oh, there's tons of ship over here. Yeah, not red for me. Look at this. Hang on, let me see what.
It's like, yeah. Oh, that just jinxed it for 4.2. Just know by now they always break something in every patch that was working just fine. These are so stable, I can dump a shitload of charge into them and reposition while I'm aiming at it, and it'll just finish cooking through. These are extremely stable. I don't know if I want to make that many ground objects. Next thing you know, they just glitch through the fucking planet and we lose money. It's like, it. Just turn my laser off and let that cook, and I'm on to the next. Be onto this one now. laser there. Let's start on this one. Still leave it. Yep, left it with plenty of charge to still pop. Yeah, so if I get it to about 3/4 full and then have it at 3/4 charge, I can just cut it, on to the next. And then it'll still have enough power in it to pop. I'm already loading this one up, and that one just blew.
I'm heading over to Bueno Ravine.
Alright. Didn't see these two guys. Sneaky devils. Problem with fighter cover, they get bored easily.
Yep. You mean as like quantum into outer space? No? I'm on the other side of the planet.
Uh-oh. Too much... I'm going over the side of the cliff. I carried too much momentum backwards. Yeah. And I'm carrying even more as I'm slipping. Eh. Come on. Let's go that way. There we go. Yep. Yeah, probably. I got food and water in my ship as well. Mole ones or the rock ones. I'm just gonna kind of scout around these mountain ranges. it's getting cloudy. The way Van does it, he'll load one SCU box full of those 1/8 Geo boxes. He'll have like 50 of them or whatever in there, right? He'll take one out, he'll put it in there, and he'll have a different box for all the full ones. So that way he always has. That way he always knows how many fulls he has, how many empties, and. Not a thing. Yeah. Just doing some slow, low flying at this point. Finally got a ping on something, but it's 9 clicks out, which tells me it's rocks. 5 clicks out tells me it's big rocks. No, those are the big ones. I don't want those. I want something to show up in like 1.5 clicks. Oh no, that's a Baradon cluster. What the hell? It showed up at 4 clicks. Small. I did. Not as many as it's been. It's a little smaller. A little bit smaller gathering. Yeah. So set up on the low side. Star Citizen is known for its awesome terrain for driving.
Engines offline.
Hey Jeremy, running routes in a whole sea, how long you think it'll take me to make 2.5 mil?
Depends on what level you're on. If you're low level, 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours.
Oh, okay. I don't see why not. Get the money, wait for the patch, then buy the SRV. Try it out.
It's awesome. You ain't gotta get out of the seat. Hey, listen, if you ever call for landing and it doesn't show you the blue box, call for a regular landing, dock, undock, and then recall. It should show.
Okay, sick. I keep having problems with crates not loading when I go to Magnus Gateway. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No.
They have really high-paying contracts from out there. I've just never had it load the entire load.
Air's sliding down the hill pretty good, though. Yeah, there's a couple pebbles left down there. There's 1, 2. All right, that's all of them.
Extraction mode on. Mining mode on.
Okay. Oh, shit. I just wasn't paying attention. It almost got to overcharge, but nope. These things are very forgiving. Just kind of zoned out for a minute. Didn't really notice where my throttle was at. It does. Staring off into the mountains. Wait till it's raining and all windy and shit. Then again, I'm looking over onto the mountains on the opposite side, and snow-covered hills and everything, and I'm about to overcharge it again as I talk about it. I can back clean up too, since yours not as maneuverable once we get to that point. Lots of snaggy debris.
Come on, just show me the fucking bot. I don't have to go dock. And made no money.
Yeah.
Though the time with you guys would have been priceless.
Yeah, the friends we made along the way.
Something, something, yep. I'm not gonna make money. I don't have the equipment to do that kind of mining.
Other than that, I do have a rock sitting here doing nothing. There's a bunch of stuff up here.
Heading off to do a salvage mission.
See, and he was so offended earlier when we implied he would salvage tonight.
No, I didn't say that. I just said
I became the fucking salvage guy after a week.
Exactly.
I am not the salvage guy! Proceeds to salvage. I'm not into salvage. How dare you imply that, and don't you ever say I did. I'm just, there's this one heretical... As a believer myself, there is a heretical pastor by the name of Kenneth Copeland, who's one of those TV, evangelist type guys.
Ew.
And there's a meme about him where he's, like, wagging his finger. He looks like a fucking demon. He's just so pissed off. He's like, I never said that, and don't you say I did, as he, like, wags his fingers at some fucking media people.
And then it immediately cuts to the tape of him saying the exact thing he said he didn't say.
Yep.
It's like these people don't understand video and audio recording exist.
Well, they just gotta try and, you know, no offense, there's at least one person I know who's attended, you know, his services online, and it gave her a lot of hope through her cancer treatments. And, you know, she's a great gal, one of the people I respect in my life. I'm glad he was there, at least for that. Doesn't make him any less a heretical dog that I would probably throw acid on if I had the chance.
Is it his third or fourth private jet that she funded? You know, like
Yeah.
Just the way God intended. The rich get richer.
The only other heretical, money-grabby pastor type person that I know of is, oh god, what's that big one in Texas? Joel Osteen. In his church, he's like the richest of them. And they were doing renovations in his church, and they found stacks of cash literally in the walls. Like, they squirreled away cash inside the walls.
Just hiding it from the IRS, basically.
That has to be one... I'm sorry, they don't deserve 501c3 status.
Nope.
Because it wasn't even church money, it was his money from his book sales he didn't want to have taxed. Joel Osteen, Lake something church.
Yeah, the 501 is tax exempt status. You don't have to pay any taxes.
You get it for being a religious institution.
Yeah.
Because
you get it for being a cult.
Yeah. The intention was, as you know, being early America, every church or religious body was Christian in some way, and that generally implied that it was going to be like the early Social Security that we had. Because it's like, oh, old people need taken care of? Cool. Tell the church.
The church will do that. Yep. The church will help everybody. Now the church doesn't help anyone. Yep.
I don't necessarily believe that. I think the problem is bad media highlights and people who have... By the way, this is the only quote I'll ever use by L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology. If you want to get rich, get into religion.
Yep.
People have hijacked mostly the Christian church to, and I'm not even kidding, there's one dude who, back in the 80s, or like early 90s, who claimed Pokemon was demonic, right? And he claimed that he was a biker and a drug dealer and all these awful things, and he turned his life around for God and became a pastor. Dude was a liar and a swindler, straight up. He'd heard enough people with genuine stories of turning their lives around, and he figured he could turn everyone in a church into a bunch of saps.
Yeah, he probably wasn't wrong.
Well, what are you supposed to do in that situation? Are you supposed to tell them, no, your story's a fake fucking lie if you don't know?
I got a deposit.
But that was kind of the problem. But no, I openly got to call him out along with some other people when he was actually doing a talk at another church. I'm like, what about all that bullshit about your testimony? And he got real pissed.
They don't like when you call them out on their bullshit and how many private jets they own. I need those for the church.
It's like, bruh, the pastor that I have at my small town church, the day I walked in the door, I'm like, I really would like to be involved with the church and come back and do that. But I worry about finances. He's like, oh yeah, follow me for a second. He handed me all of the church's financial data. This is available online. We do not want to have anyone ever say that we are wasting money. We have an entire board of people who get to oversee all of the money, and they have to give a monthly report. So something that really helped me was, knowing that at least where I choose to worship, there's very strict regulation on the finance.
Or so they say. Until you look at the
I sat on that board. If we could have
money sat there.
If we could have afforded a private jet, let me tell you, there would be a brand new school with all the fixins in rural Uganda right now. Because that's what we're trying to do as a church. Is we've been helping out an orphanage there for a while, but we're like, our congregation's old, so we can't actually help them forever. There's going to be a point where we may have to shutter the doors, right? So our goal is to make a building over there that's nice enough that we can convince the Ugandan government to turn it into a rural school. That means that the teachers who work there now for free would get full salary, and all the children would get a guaranteed lunch every day. And school in Uganda is entirely paid for by the state. Yeah. Because they don't have the developed school infrastructure. They're like, if you can develop something that meets these guidelines, and you can teach these standards, we will consider you a school district. It's not that great. They don't fund much in the way of supplies, but they will at least provide a lunch, because that's one of the things for, a country in Africa that's in the last 30 years been through a manufactured famine. Children gotta fucking eat.
We don't even provide that in the United States. In fact, they just cut funding for a lot of those programs.
Yeah. To be fair, when I was in school, the food still sucked so bad, I just went to the store anyway.
Yeah. Well, in grade school, didn't have a choice.
There is something that I will say. Before I quit teaching, I had a superintendent who was actually a pretty cool guy. When I did my student teaching, I was in the school where he was a principal, and they got this USDA grant, and the food was actually good shit. The yogurt was Yoplait. It wasn't some off-brand bullshit. You could get all sorts of good shit for breakfast, and you had a light lunch, and the reason was because he did a lot of research on food and in the brain of children and the brain of learners. He's like, you shouldn't eat until about 10 in the morning because it's bad for your stomach and it makes it harder for you to process the food. So the school had a 45-minute brunch hour in the mid-morning. Kids would go and eat decent food and then they leave. And he's brought that to every school he's worked at. And GPAs actually shoot up. So there's some food for thought. Real food makes it so kids can do real work. Let's start taxing any church that makes over $5 million in revenue every year.
Or just strip their tax-exempt status of any church over $1 million. Why do you fucking need $1 million in profit?
Oh, not in profit. Here's the thing. It depends on what the church does with the money, I think, should be what determines its 501c3 status. If two churches made $20 million, and one of them is Catholic Charities of Los Angeles, which is the only organization in all of California actually fighting homelessness, let them have it. Let them keep every fucking cent to keep people off the street. Versus Kenneth Copeland's church, which bought some new planes and a new worship speaker system. No, tax them to fucking hell and back.
Well, my congregation needs to hear me.
Doesn't matter.
Hear me.
A church should have an untaxable budget of $100,000 a year tops. That should cover most churches in buildings, staff, and supplies.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't argue that.
Anything above that needs to be used, or I'd say 500,000, and anything above that must be charity.
I can't pick these up. It's being a butt.
I really wish that, I hope that they're going to sort out the cargo mission soon. Right around the time Hull C is planning to launch and goes on sale. Or Hull D and E, I should say. Probably like a big penis like the rest of them.
Yeah, I bet you wonder what that D looks like. Nobody knows. We all knew where it was going.
Where's the interstellar halls? Come on.
Extraction mode on. Mining mode on.
I can. You can only do so much violence in this game. Then it gets stale if you're good at it, or you get annoyed by it because you're not. There is no in-between.
Yeah, I did not think I'd ever spend this much time in Pyro. I was like, fuck Pyro and it's lawless bullshit. And yet, here I am, spending most of my time in Pyro these days. Because frankly, not having to worry about crime stat for salvaging and all that other shit to actually be able to do it. It's like, yeah, I have to shoot a ship to break its shields down or depower it. Can't do that in Stanton. That's a crime. It's been sitting on the server for 3 weeks, but... yeah, you shoot a ship. It's a crime, whether it's crewed or not.
I just want the ability to make a lot of money, and this is still the best way to do it. Otherwise, I'd still be in Pyro doing stupid shit and exploring.
Enjoying these mountain vistas.
I mean, I could go to Microtech for that, so...
I don't know, these are pretty good mountains.
But my friend, have you seen Microtech recently? You will watch your mouth there, sir. Or I will have to engage in fisticuffs.
I mean, I've seen it as I go off the rails by 3 kilometers just to teleport immediately back onto the rails.
That is the point. I will have you know. Bro, I freaking love Microtech, especially outside of New Babbage, is fucking pretty.
Yeah, if you go some of the wooded areas and all that, but just the color combos he's got on Bloom right now, it's pretty fucking cool. How the mountain has snow at the top and it fades off down into the valleys. I don't feel like that blend is nearly as good as on Microtech, just because Microtech's significantly more snow. You get those weird pockets of green and then how full are you? I was about to say, we've been to like 4 deposits and I've only filled 3.5 boxes. You gotta be pretty close.
I don't know what kind of fool pays a whole C to bring 10 SCU of freaking ag supplies across the system.
You're just
I mean, if
FedEx.
they want to pay all 40K for it, then I'm not gonna complain, you know?
You're just a big FedEx airplane. Everybody throws everything on you so it gets where it needs to go, and they'll deal with it on the other end.
Yo, those pilots actually make bank, you know that, right?
I can only imagine.
A dude in my town, he's been a huge contributor to like summer camps and churches in the area. Nicest guy in the world. He stayed single his whole life. He flew one route, and that was from Seattle, SeaTac to Moscow, Russia. USPS, frickin' mail. That's all he did. And I mean, dude's retired with several $1 million, and most of it's because he was just in the air and never did anything, you know?
Yeah, I was about to say, he just worked his entire life. I'm sure he had some fun along the way, but...
And he's only like 53 or something, and he's retired, and he's just going around making property investments, and he's chilling. I speak to him on the regular. He's working on a place just down the road.
Oh god, no. Terrible idea.
He could have, but he wouldn't have been there enough, and that's the only reason he said no. And his sister had plenty of like nieces and nephews, so he got plenty of time like raising kids anyway.
Besides, who wants kids? Gross.
I kind of want kids of my own, but a lot of it is because I had great parents, and it's like, it'd be cool to do that.
Oh, no. Nice, I think that's everything. In here, yeah, I don't see any laying on the ground. Yeah, perfectly timed. Because I am 3/4 full, 9/10 full maybe? It should be 1.2 SCU. 207,000. 207,000. Plus the 60 that I've got on board. snapping these pods down. Interesting gap. Yeah.
Yep. Huh?
A lot of letters. I didn't get it either.
What do you
I think
want?
it's Jeromy.
Jeromyl.
L. I found another deposit. This one sucks. It's on a hill. Like a steep ass hill.
Oh. Oh shit, almost time for bed.
I'm here, yeah. I can. Oh, I'm in third person. I can't tell. Alright, I'll take it. It looks like I got it, yeah. Why'd you send me 200 grand? You're only making 200 grand off that load. Oh. Also, I have $60,000 in my cargo hold that's yours. The bigger cat? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's basically a pocket carrier, yeah.
Engines offline. Launch complete.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for you because these are gonna roll downhill a lot.
Yeah, but at least it's scanning now. They all light up and couldn't hit your button.
Yeah. I can correct one and then I'll be full, and then I'll have to swap my boxes. Yeah, I grabbed them. They're loaded up. Yeah, that's where I landed. I figured most of them are gonna end up.
Offline. Landing complete.
Ah, yeah, there's some rocks down here that seem to be snagging them up. Alright, I am full. I'm gonna swap boxes. Oh, yeah. Not a lot of games you can do what we're doing. Let alone have them all be in one game versus like 3. All while never having a loading screen.
Except for the first login.
Well, yeah. I don't count that because every game has at least its initial loading. Oh, there's still stuff here. Yeah, so it rolled into this little pocket right about here. Right here, actually. Right where I'm standing. Meow. It rolled right... There's like a little pocket it rolled into. Down, Geo. Yeah. Kinda right in there. Imagine I'm gonna make a mess of it right in there. Sucks being on the side of a hill, I can't zone out staring at the mountains in the distance. No view. Yep. They move pretty quick. Next chunk. Right now. Next one should have hit you already. Shit. That one might be a little hot. There. Yep. Like, it's not super volatile, I just didn't want to be that close to it.
Alright, have a good night, guys. I'm dead now.
Alright. See ya.
Love you too. Bet you love these nuts.
I'll look here before I load this back on. Used to be any admin in a space station would take it. I'll have to look. Isn't this streamer privilege? Don't you like, hey chat, where do I sell these for maximum profit? Yeah, as a trade commodity, but you're not using it as a trade commodity. You're producing the raw material. Yeah, it's got a decent slope for corralling him at least. I don't think the rock could actually get these. They're so high up on this angle. Yeah, I mean, I can struggle at times to... Yeah. With a jetpack. Yeah. Why am I not getting a reading from you? Now this thing. It's not telling me where I'm at charge-wise and all that. It's being a butt. There we go.
Oh, I just hit over 2 million.
Ah, yeah, you'll be there in no time.
And I just unlocked member rank halls, so there's one that I'm eyeing that's 101k a run. I'm doing this for the org. Let it be known on my 6-month review, Jeremy.
We have 6-month reviews? Yeah, this is all news. Shit.
Your manager hasn't wanted to bring you in for yours. They just don't want to have that kind of conversation.
It's understandable. No, that's pretty much the story I get from most of my managers. They just don't want to talk about it. Oh yeah, I can back clean them too. Yeah, there's a lot of these rocks in this one. That's why I was like, I can't just pass it up, even though it's inconvenient. There was. Yeah, I don't think we need that. It'd be safer, but I don't think it would increase efficiency that much. Now, second person breaking it could help. Because if we staggered our breaks, I could break one, he could break one, and if we had it timed just right, you'd always be scooping. You wouldn't have any downtime. I'm standing on one. I'm standing on one while I'm zapping the other. Part mountain goat, apparently. That's how I do most of my stuff. What's up? Yeah, I fell off the cliff. The rock I was standing on couldn't hold me anymore. See if I can get up. Come on. Come on. Yeah, one rock. Let me have it. Just land right there. Nope, 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 nope. Bastard. It's not gonna let me have that rock. Last one. Right there. The one I was standing on earlier. Yeah. Yeah, right there. Come on. Just barely can't get it. Nah, next one up. Just let me have it. Be a bud. Yeah, and it's so high up, I can't actually see it when I'm... As soon as I step on this rock that I need to, like, leverage myself, it's like, no, too steep. Bitch. You're below it. Yeah, it's not giving me a readout, I'm too far. Ooh, maybe? Come on, I got it. Yep. Come on, baby.
Extraction mode on.
Finish before it drops out. Shit. Oh, just missed it. I'm just a hair too far away. Damn it. Yeah, I need your laser to, like, touch it.
Fracturing mode
Ever so
on.
slightly. I'm just barely too far away to have it increase. It's right there. Yeah, I can't get a reading on it.
Extraction mode on. Fracturing mode on.
think we just give up. Oh, there's a ton of rocks down here. Oh, you got it! Alright. Clean up around these rocks, because there's tons of them around here.
Extraction mode on.
Some look like they glitched into the ground. Not surprising. Yeah, those two up there are the only ones I can see that... Oh, there's some over there.
Mining mode off.
How'd you guys get all the way over here? Yeah, the two up there are the ones that are glitched in the rock I can't get. Sure. Same. That's only 10. Well, that's not good. I remember those days when I was young. I'll be right back, and then I'll look up that thing when I get back. nice. UEX. Baradom, right? Cell.
My screen keeps going black when I get on my fucking MISC from the docking port.
There is nowhere to sell it in Pyro. Yeah, it sells in a ton of places in Stanton, but when I switch it to just sell in Pyro, it says nothing. That blows. All right, I don't have. I'll even unload the little crate. There, it's 1/8 of an SCU. So if I have 4.5 boxes, you don't want to load it on your ship, just in case. Okay, I'm gonna unload it from this thing just in case I don't get to keep it. All right. Sounds like a plan. Later.
Have a good night.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just get closed up here. All right, well, I am closed up and taking off, so later.